Let's talk about you. This is what this is about.
Yes.
So I'm here with Palisades. It's Reading Festival 2017.
Yes, we are here. Finally here. First one ever.
I was going to ask, is this one that's been on like the bucket list as a band? We have to do Reading.
Oh, okay. Absolutely.
So we were just talking about it. We would go, and just as inspiration when we were a younger band and like we were coming up, we would like type in like Enter Shikari, Reading, Bring Me the Horizon, Reading, Muse, Reading. And it's just
Linkin
like,
Park.
Oh, we're actually here. We're actually at this festival. This is the craziest, most humbling experience ever.
It's crazy. Like Aaron was saying, we literally would just Google and YouTube like videos when we were little the whole time, and just like seeing the stage like in real life is like crazy. That's kind of how we felt too about like when we played Download Fest last year for the first time. That was another thing, like just being able to be a part of this world now that we grew up like wanting to be in, and now here we are. So it's awesome.
It's just like,
You've literally come off the stage now though. You said you're sweating. You're
literally.
I'm profusely
and not only that, we had to run because it's very far away, and we were kind of running a little late because we got off stage a little late. So we were like, me and Aaron were like,
we gotta meet Sophie right now.
And by the way, no one knew where the press was.
No one told us where press
So
was.
like,
we had to like find it. We're like, excuse me, is it over here? Oh, you have to go this way. Okay.
Yeah.
lost little boys.
Yeah.
But it was okay. We made it here, and we're with you, and it was great. So yes, we are a little sweaty, but we're all right. We're good.
You're high on adrenaline.
Yes.
'Cause I'm guessing it was an amazing show.
It was
really
great.
good.
Yeah, it was great.
All right, so first time ever in Reading, and we saw a bunch of fans singing the words to like all these songs, and we're like, oh, this is really cool.
Yeah,
happening?
It was
great.
It was super shocking just being able to see like how far the band has come from, playing in front of like such smaller fan base to like playing Reading and like so many people knowing the words. And there's also even the people that like didn't know the words were so into it. They were like super about it, and
nodding their head.
and it was a really, really great time. And the best part of that is just being able to see like fans that really care about us, and then making new fans that will care about us just as much in the future. So it's awesome.
Are you the sort of band, after you've done a big show like this, a pivotal show, that you rip apart your performance where you analyze it to like a full?
Absolutely. Because we're over analytical in our lives and as a band in general, especially like
everything.
It's a nightmare, isn't it?
yeah, especially just me as like a person in general too, and I know the rest of the guys, but like I could have like the best set ever, and then it'll come out, and then we'll all talk about what we can improve on. But I don't think it's a bad thing. I think it's a good thing. It's because we know that if you want to be the best, you got to be the best. And so we just try to do the best we can to always improve. And you can always make yourself better. So we film our sets a lot of the time, and we almost every set we film, and then afterwards we sit and we watch it, and we just like a football
I was just going to say,
game.
just like a football manager, go through the techniques and the.
Absolutely. So we see what works, what doesn't work, what can we improve on, what can make us sound better, and so we're very over analytical over our set.
Yeah. So if we knew that Reading was here, we know Leeds has to be like
Exactly.
that much better.
Reading is always better. Just FYI.
Is there a rivalry?
I guess there is. 'Cause I'm a bit like Reading.
Yeah, Reading, right? It's so
funny,
crazy.
'cause, like we still haven't even gone to the festival grounds to see anyone yet.
Yeah, we haven't. We literally. So we got stuck at the car park earlier for like hours. I don't know what happened, whether because there was a miscommunication.
The usual glamour.
Yeah, literally. It's festivals. It happens all the time. But we literally rolled up, and as soon as we like got there, we put our stuff down, and we had to like load right on stage, and then we just had to just go for it. And as soon as we were done, we came right here to hang out with you.
Do you know what? Sometimes that's better because you have less time to obsess about things and overthink like what might happen. You just have to like get on with it and just do it.
Pretty much. It's like, we have to set up. We're gonna play. Okay, here we go.
Yeah, definitely. So, but it was good. It was sometimes the best times are the rush times. So it was good.
Now, talking about your self-titled album, self-titled, that's what you call it, isn't it?
Yep.
Yeah. Well, you said it's like definitive Palisades, but
absolutely.
what if your vision of what definitive Palisades is different as individuals? Like, how do you then find one that all of your definitive Palisades make? Do you know what I mean?
It's a very interesting question.
Great question, because we're all very different.
We're very different.
Very similar at the same time. I think we're a group of individuals that all like different things and also very similar things, but when it comes to creating our art and our music, we do a really good job of taking our strengths and our most positive influences and creating what is Palisades.
That's true. I think it's what's always made Palisades work so well. Like Aaron said, we come from very different backgrounds, but it's weird. It's like when all of us listen to music individually, we have very different tastes, but we all like enjoy each other's taste. But it's like when we come together to write Palisades, we know what Palisades is supposed to sound like. So it's like we take the best parts of what inspired us and like throw that in there, and that like we know what everyone brings to the table, and that's what makes Palisades music. And I think the reason why this last album was so definitive of our sound was because we finally were able to be honest with ourselves and be vulnerable and just write a real album that meant a lot to us. Not saying the other ones didn't, but like I'd put like our previous album, Mind Games, before it as like a teenager album, like fun and like whatever. But this one was like we grew up and we went through a lot of stuff, and we had a lot of things we really wanted to talk about, especially things that we felt our fans would connect with as well. And for the next album, we're just gonna take that definitive sound and kind of just evolve from it. How can we make that sound bigger, more emotional, more in your face, and just give our fans a better experience? So.
And a more honest version of ourselves each time. So.
But if it is an honest album, like really gut-wrenching stuff, but is that draining for you then, that process?
Yeah. It is. It's draining, but it's also like therapy almost. Like it's crazy to think, because when we were in the studio, we were pushed so far emotionally. All of us were going through like some of the most miserable times in our lives, and we were forced to like make ourselves uncomfortable, write about things that we didn't necessarily want to write about or wanted to like keep hidden, or and I think that's part of what makes us grow as artists, and I think it's why people connect so much with this album. Like there were days where we would all fight in the studio, there were days that we would all like argue or like be emotional or upset, and that's fine. It's okay, don't worry about it. It's alright. Anyway, but it's all those things that kind of just made it that experience. So it's kind of how it was.
And do you have to, because it is that kind of strenuous thing that you're going through, do you have to make a point of saying, looking after each other, like noticing if someone's a bit down in the studio that day and maybe needing an extra cuddle or whatever?
Absolutely. We're very, very close as a band. Like I live with our guitarist Matt, Aaron lives with Brandon, Xavier lives around the corner. We all live within like 3 blocks of each other. So, and when we're home, we really only hang out with each other, and we have like maybe like 10 other friends we hang out with total. And so it's not really just a band to us. It's like we're all brothers, and that's how we feel like a band should be. And if your brothers can't be there for you no matter what, then who can be there for you, And honestly, like we're gone 10 months out of the year, so we don't have our families around us all the time. We don't have other friends. All we have is that van or bus we tour in, and just the 5 of us, and that's what keeps us going through everything. So yeah.
I have a series on my channel called Mind Matters, which is all about mental health, anxiety, depression, coping mechanisms.
For sure.
Have you found yourself on tour, when you are away from, the safety of home, your home comforts, is there anything that you have found that helps you get through on those lower days, on the bad days?
Absolutely. I think for us, it's like, well, for me personally, like whenever we play a really good show, and I think that's for everybody, it's like you're feeling down in the dumps, it's like something happened that just put you in a weird mood. And as soon as you play that first note and you see the fans' eyes light up and you see them starting to mouth the words, and it's just like, all right, this is really awesome, and like this is gonna get me through my day. Otherwise, for me, I love just going by myself to like explore a city wherever we are. So like I'll try to hit up the closest record store or like anime store or something like a comic book store, so something like that always helps.
Yeah, I totally agree. I think the best remedy for a bad day is a great show, and for us there's been so many of that within this past year. Just days you wake up and you're thinking like how am I gonna get through this day? Like I can't, all this stuff's going on for me, and it really fucks with your head mentally, and it's emotional, and you get on stage and you see these fans, you see these kids out there that are just connecting with the words that you wrote and we wrote, and it's just like it means so much more. It makes your day have purpose, and it makes your life have purpose, and we get off stage and we all go, damn, that was a fucking great show, and this is why we do this, And a side note from that, I also like to enjoy walking around with Aaron and looking at comics and stuff like that. I don't know, honestly for me, my best remedy besides having an awesome show and connecting with the fans is just being around the guys. When we can all just have an awesome day where we just joke around and just like do stupid shit, like that's the best medicine for a bad day. Knowing that, laughing is great. Just knowing that like you're with your 5 brothers on tour and you can rely on them no matter what. That's when the world turns its back on you. I have these 4 other guys in the band that I can lean on. That's the best feeling.
Because I know this album, like, you had a lot of sacrifices during the process. It was not easy for you on a personal level or anything. But are you the sort of guys where you're like, music is all I know, I need to do this, so I will do it whatever?
Absolutely.
Yeah.
I think so. And music definitely plays a huge part, and we're also very fortunate that when we were younger, we were also exposed to different things. So we have other outlets besides music, but for the most part, our band, our art, our music it's our therapy, it's our cure-all, pretty much. So.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, just sitting down and writing lyrics has just been the way to get all my, emotions out and stuff like that. So yeah, absolutely.
What about when you've got to sing a song, though, that's particularly, personal to you, and you don't want to relive it that day because it's a bit tender, a bit sensitive, and then you've got to sing about it? That must be a bit annoying sometimes.
So this is actually a very honest question that you asked just now. When we wrote Memories, that was probably one of the hardest songs on the album for me to write, and when we played it for the first tour that we played it on, that was my therapy. Like, that was playing that song every night was what got me through everything that the song's about. And I remember like singing that song on stage, and when I sang that chorus and when I screamed that part and when I yelled it, it was the most emotional thing that I've ever done in my career as a vocalist. And it's so great to see these fans feeling that exact same emotion as I did and as we did. Like, and there's other songs on the album too, like Dark, especially playing Dark is just, that song's all about, anxiety and how the darkness in the world can just eat up at you. And, Chester Bennington, who is a huge inspiration to our band, passed away recently, and we were on tour with One OK Rock and Set It Off in the States. And One OK Rock was supposed to play shows with Linkin Park, and we were going to go to the shows, and because we're on the same booking agency as them, and we found out the news when we were in Canada, and it killed us. I mean, he was literally, Linkin Park, Chester was the reason why we became a band. And just every single night we dedicated that song to Chester, to the greatest of all time, and that was almost therapy for us to, we never knew him personally, but like the way he impacted us is the same way I hope that our music impacts our fans.
Well, it sounds like from the way they're singing and responding to it that you are connecting in that way.
Yeah,
so the
great.
Signs are good.
It's definitely been an amazing experience. So yeah.
Talking about that, because I'm trying to start an initiative here in the UK about mental health and bands, and what, record labels and what management can do to support bands. What would you say you would want in place as a band to just help you, like being away from home, being on tour, being in a band, because you've got such unique pressures on you as musicians? And
that's a really interesting question.
I think for us, the best thing that we can do as a band for our fans when they're going through something is that we're very we communicate very well with our fans.
Yeah.
And
we've had fans that have DM'd us on Twitter and have, no joke, been like, I am saying goodbye. I want to message all of my favorite artists and say thank you for what you've done. And we will message back and say, you have to call us.
Yeah,
we will call our fans or Skype or whatever, and it's hard. It is hard to keep up sometimes, but whenever we can do something that's up and beyond, because our fans have done so much for us as a band and have always supported us in our music, we have, they're our family at that point. So we have to do the right thing and be there for these other human beings that are, they're people, we want to help them. And if we can't do it with our music at that point, we can talk to them.
Exactly. It takes a second just to respond to someone, and that second can make all that matters in that person's life. You know what I mean?
That's such a huge pressure for you guys, particularly if on that day when you get that DM, you're having a bad day yourself, and then you've got to take on that as well. It's like a big problem, isn't it? And
it is, but I think with our mentality is like when fans, if I'm having a bad day, or if Aaron's having a bad day, and a fan reaches out to us and tells us that they're having the worst day, having a fan realizing that someone cares about you and your music enough to reach out to a total stranger that they only know from your music makes me realize, what is my bad day really?
Yeah.
Like, you know what I mean? Yeah, everybody's going through their own personal stuff, but just having a stranger feel so connected that we're the person they reach out to, that puts it in perspective. It makes it so much easier to be like, this is why I'm doing this. This is my purpose. This is our purpose, to help people and to make music that people can connect with. And that turns my day around. That makes everything that we're thinking about, minuscule when we can help someone. So
It's pretty special, isn't it?
yeah, absolutely. Think about that for a second. This is a total stranger reaching out to you for help, and there's people out there that would just leave it on red. You know what I mean? Like, just busy that day. That's not us. That'll never be us. So.
Well, I was watching an interview with you at the end of the December last year, and you said 2017 is going to be a banger.
Yeah.
I think that was your words. Has it delivered? Has it been a banger?
It's been crazy. The amount of reception this new album and the amount of growth that we've had from this new album it's been like unimaginable. You know what I mean? With the help of our team that we work with and obviously all of us in the band, we've really been able to take our band to the next level. Our single aired on XM Radio and Octane, and Letdown was #1 5 weeks in a row, which is awesome. And then we just got another song on there, Through Hell, and that's doing really well too. Just aired, I think, last week, so we don't have the stats for it yet, but it's doing really well.
And Daniel P. Carter plays Let Down and some of our other songs here and there, and it's just like, oh, you're so cool, you're playing our music, that's it. It's like, just to be on BBC One, it's just like, wow.
The whole
Very influential.
Yeah, the whole radio world has really opened up so many more people for us to become part of the Palisades family, and that's been incredible, you know what I mean? And not only that, but like just getting off tour with 1OK Rock and Set It Off, touring with 1OK Rock, they are the best band we've ever toured with. Like, they are incredible.
Especially to, look up to.
Yeah,
they're very, very almost big brothery. It's like, wow, I want to be you, big brother. Like, they're such great people.
Musicians,
it's just like another level. They're so great.
That pushes you, doesn't it?
Every single night watching Taka sing live just makes me want to be a better vocalist. And I'd sit there and I would literally sit there and I would just like watch his set and like analyze and be like, okay, this is what he does, this is why this makes sense, this is what he does with his voice, you know what I mean? And and same with Set It Off. Set It Off is an incredible band too, you know what I mean? Like, we've been friends with Set It Off since we were really young. So I've known the guys personally in Florida since we were like 15 years old. So it was just such a great tour. We got a bunch of stuff. We got a bunch of festivals in the States. As soon as we get back, as soon as we land back home, we're shooting a music video, and then like as soon as we land, then we have to drive all the way across the country to make it to a festival in Maryland by the 2nd of September. Then we're home writing new stuff and do more festival. It's just a lot, but
We're going on a cruise.
it's like great. Yeah,
We're doing something called Shiprocked.
Yes.
And it's with like Stone Sour and Seether, and we're in Beartooth.
Yeah.
And we're going to the Bahamas on a cruise. We get to play on a cruise ship. And
Take me as your official
Please
something.
come.
go. You're on the list.
I'm very scared because I get super, super, super nauseous on boats. So I'm really afraid that I'm gonna be like singing like and just throw up or something like that.
It will be viral though. It will go around YouTube. You'll be huge.
Is that a good thing to go viral? I don't know.
Viral with vomits. Yeah.
Yeah.
Pukasades.
But yeah, it was
Good name.
Pukasades. Yeah, right. But no, we're really, really excited for that. We have a little bit of a surprise for overseas next year too, so that'd be awesome. Can't say anything.
You drop an exclusive?
Nope.
Holly's not watching.
Nope, can't say anything. You'll see soon enough, I promise. You'll see.
We'll be back.
So-
We're gonna be here very soon.
Yeah.
One final question.
Yes.
Okay, so I saw you were listed in the top 5 albums of the year or something.
Yeah, on AP. Yeah.
So if you get that, you maybe get good reviews. You think you've delivered an album that, hits the vision you had. What is the one that satisfies you the most? The fan reception, your feelings about it, a review, someone you admire liking it, like, a music icon. What is the pinnacle?
I think it's always nice to see the publications and the critics say, like, this is a great album, because the great albums always had most of them had great reviews by, publications and blogs and journalism. If it connects with the fans, that means the most to me.
Yeah, I totally agree. I think the number one thing that matters above any press, above any celebrity, above anything is the fans. That's because press will come and go, celebrities will come and go, the fans will stay forever. And if you have a fan base, that's all you need. You know what I mean? And honestly, those are the people that stuck by us since day one, and those are the people that will continue to stick by us. You know what I mean? And that's the most important part for us with Palisades. You know what I mean? It'll always be the fans.
There's always been, Led Zeppelin got terrible reviews at first, and they're one of the biggest bands in the world, like still. So it's like, reviews can go either way, but your fans are always going to be supporting you, and as long as you continue to grow that fan base and continue to nurture your core fan base, that's the best thing.
Although it is nice hearing nice things.
It's an added bonus.
Like, hey, 5 out of 5 stars.
Yeah.
Oh, sick.
You cut them out and like put them in a scrapbook.
No.
My dad collects every magazine.
Oh, Matt's dad does too.
That whether it be Kerrang or Rock Sound or Alternative Press, like he has every issue that an ad. It could be an ad. My dad has it.
Yeah, Matt's dad has an entire what's that thing called? A dresser? What is it? Armoire?
Shuttlebox?
It's a giant glass thing.
Like a cabinet, display cabinet.
Yeah, display cabinet. That's what, we're like shadow box.
I mean, it's whatever.
Yeah,
it's smaller.
Display cabinet. That's better. Right? Whatever. It's a giant one. It has everything from when the band started to now. Every single tour pass, every single poster.
Museum.
What? Yeah, it's literally a personal museum. So.
Museum de Palisades.
Yeah, Museum de Palisades. So it's very cool to see. So.
That's sweet, isn't it? That's my boy.
Yep, that's it. Awesome.
I'm getting the look. It's time for me to shut up now.
No problem. No problem.
Thank you very much for talking to me.
Thank you so much. Have a great day. It was
Have a good rest of the year.
Thank you. Yes, we're looking forward.
Busy, isn't it?
Very busy, and we can't wait to see all of our fans out there. So come on out and hang out with us. Bye. The whole interview's gonna be like, hey, so Palisades. God is speaking over there, so we can't speak very loudly.
Let's start this. Are you really obsessed with Jimmy?
Yeah, we love Jimmy.
Huge fans.
Shall we give them context then? So basically, Jimmy Weld is over there, and we're freaking out.
We are. He's right there, and I feel bad because I just totally spoke so loud, but it's okay. I'm gonna ask him later to forgive me, and I'll be like, I'm sorry.
Please forgive us.
Please forgive us.
Please forgive us.
Cuddle, he'll be fine.
Oh gosh, I'm starting to sweat like profusely.
Simon, I think.
It's okay.
Okay. This happens to me every year. Just for context, I'm the girl that everyone walks in front of in the interviews.
As long as you're okay, we're okay.
Yeah.
We're totally fine.